The October 2022 real estate stats are out for El Paso County, Colorado. In today's video, I'm going to go over those and tell you a little bit about how the market's moving right now. But I'll also talk about what may happen in 2023 and what we can look forward to. And if you stay to the end, I'm going to talk about some of the opportunities that we're seeing here in El Paso County, Colorado. I'm so glad you're here, educating yourself on the market. Stay tuned. Hey, Laura Gallen here with Mountain Prairie Living, empowered by ERA Shields, and welcome to my channel where I answer questions about the home buying and selling process. I talk about the market, cool neighborhoods, and this beautiful place I get to live in, Colorado Springs. If you're considering buying or selling in Colorado Springs, or you just want to talk about the market, then let's connect. My contact information is below. In today's video, we're going to go through what we're seeing in the market today and what the October 2022 stats tell us and what may be happening at the end of the year and what we potentially could be seeing in 2023. So let's get into it. So let's start with the inventory and the days on market. So the inventory is definitely moving up, right? But it moved up very slightly. We had 2.1 months of inventory last month, and now we have 2.4 months of inventory. But when you contrast that with October of 2021, when we were 0.6 months, or about a third of a month of inventory, it's quite a big increase. So we're definitely seeing things are sitting on the market, and actually it's kind of flatlining. So we'll talk about that in a few moments. So the days on market has certainly shifted. What's important to understand though is a balanced or a normal market. The days on market is typically between 30 and 60 days on market, maybe even as far as 90. So we are moving into a more normal type of situation, even though we're in a seller's market as far as inventory. Now, it's important to note that inventory has stayed pretty flat for the last 4 months at about 2,600 listings on the market active. So inventory is coming on, but it is still being sold. So we went from 25 days on the market in September to 32 days on the market in October. So it's about a 28% increase, or a week's more time. But when we go back to October of 2021, when the days on market was 12, we've increased by 167%, or 3 weeks, nearly 3 weeks, to 32 days on market. So in October of 2022, 32 days on market. So let's talk about year-to-date sales. It's definitely dropped down. The increased interest rates have certainly slowed buyer demand down. So we're at about 13,475 total listings year-to-date sold. It's down about 13% from 2021, when it was about 15,250 listings, but it's about 1,775 sales less than it was last year. But it's really in line with pre-pandemic 2018 and 2019. So we are shifting back, and we're beginning to see that correction kind of stabilize out. So here's where we begin to see that buyer demand has slowed down. The total under contract in October of 2022 was 1,497. That is the lowest it's been in 5 years. It's 58% lower than October of 2021, and it's 20% lower than 2018. So it's the lowest we've seen. And that's due to the increased interest rates and the slowed buyer demand. The average home price rose 1.7% to $532,488. It went up from last month, when it was about $523,177. So it's definitely a little bit higher though than it was last year, 4% higher than October of 2021, when it was $510,180. So why is that? Well, we believe that because the interest rate has risen so fast, those lower price points, the ones that the first-time home buyers can get into, they just couldn't get into them. There are more investors paying cash for those. So the people that were really making a lot of the transactions last month were those that could afford that $500,000, that $600,000 home, even with the increased interest rates. So we did see a little shift up of the average home price, probably because of that. Now, the median home price also rose. It went up 1%. It went from 460,000 in September to 465,000 in October. Now, year over year, it's still up 4%. So it was 446,000 in October of 2021. So we're still seeing an increase in that median home price. So let's talk about price reductions. We saw the largest amount of price reductions between the price points of 300,000 and 800,000, with 1,270 listings with a price reduction, on average between 2.5% and 3%. The highest price reductions occurred between 200 and 300,000, with about a 7% price reduction. The second highest was between 2 million and above, and it was about 6% price reductions. Now, if you're finding value in this information, one, I'm so glad you're here, because it's so good to stay on top of the market if you're considering putting your home on the market, or you're about to buy in this market, or you have to move for work purposes or anything else. So subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up, and share it with a friend that may be moving to our area. Let's continue with the video. Now, here's some opportunities in today's real estate market. With this lower buyer demand, we are seeing new home builders sitting on some inventory. When I did a video just the other day, there were about 465 new construction listings on the MLS, and it doesn't include all the builders, because there are builders that don't necessarily put their information in the MLS. But there's a lot of inventory homes that are already built. So what are the home buyers doing? The new builders doing? They're offering incentives, some huge incentives, rate buy downs, $22,000 to $40,000 to go towards closing costs, or rate buy downs, or rate locks. So if you are in the market, in probably that 400, if you're in the townhouse market, up to about 600,000 to 700,000, you might check out the new home builders, because you might find some great product there for you. Now, there's some things to consider, and you can check out that video. I'll post it at the end of this video on what some of the pros and cons of buying a new build are, but that's an opportunity in our market. We are seeing an appreciation at the end of this year, and we will probably see a small appreciation in 2023. So there's still some opportunity in our market. Why is that? Well, we have 5 military installations here. So we're always going to have PCS season. So come May to July, August, September, we will have moves. The military will take some of our personnel here and move them. It just happens. So we are a little bit insulated with those 5 military installations. So I think we'll still see a little bit of appreciation because of that situation in our market. Now, here's something to always consider. People will always need to buy or sell houses. Now, how fast or how many people do that certainly affects the market. Interest rates certainly affects the market. As we go into a recession, that certainly affects the market. But the reality is, people will still have to move for a variety of reasons. Maybe they need to move back home because they've lost job, or they need to move to another state because they found employment there and a lower cost of living there for their family. Maybe they need to get closer to family because of health issues. There's a variety of reasons. So keep that in mind. People will always need to buy and sell. And of course, as I already said, we're an insulated market. We've got 5 military installations. So we have a little bit of insulation, but of course we are still going to feel the effects of the changes throughout the economy in the US. The increased interest rates that just went up 0.75% overall for the cost of money. We haven't quite seen it in the interest rate market yet, but I'm sure we'll see that in the next day or so. We're not going to be insulated from that, but we do sit in a good market. We are short on inventory. We are still in a seller's market, but we are behaving like a buyer's market. And we're starting to see a little bit of balance, as we saw flatline with the active listings. So stuff is coming on, inventory is coming on, and they're selling, but they're staying in a pretty level space for the last 4 months. Staying on top of the market is so important, and I'm so glad you are here checking out this video. Now, if you'd like to know more about the opportunities that I mentioned earlier in the new construction area, then check out this video next. If you have any needs with real estate or you just want to talk real estate, then contact me. My information is linked below. I love to talk real estate, and I'd love to hear what you're most concerned about in this market by commenting below. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe and share it with a friend, and I'll see you on the next video.